Hello everyone, my name is Hassan. Today I'm gonna speaking about the speaking section of PTE. So I took the IELTS exam and I got 8 in speaking, but I did really bad in the writing section there. So I thought, okay, let's try PTE. So because I got 8 in the speaking section, I was kind of confident that I will do better in the PTE. But unfortunately in my first try I got only 51. That was like terrible, and I know people who got 90 out of 90 and they can't speak really better than me. So I started to wonder like what's wrong with me. So I tried hard again next time and I got 66 out of 90. So I actually wanted to get more than 79. So I did some research after that result, and then I started to think like how they do it. Like when I first time took the test, they gave me the result immediately the next day. So I was wondering like how the hell they do it in just one day. In Melbourne, every day more than 100 students take their test, and it's not possible for them to evaluate individually and just publish the result within 24 hours. So we know like they use computers to assess the results. So I was thinking like how can we make a way so that we can fool the computer and get better result. So as you all know, like it's obvious that I'm not very good speaker of English, it's not my native language, but now I think I found out how to fool the computer. So in the speaking section there are few parts, like they evaluate depending on the content, then fluency, and the pronunciation. So the question is, how do they do it? So actually when I took the test, it's like I was thinking too much about the content and I wanted to be as perfect as possible regarding to the content. So I forgot to be more fluent, and also my pronunciation is not that good. That's why maybe in the content I did well, but for the fluency and the pronunciation I did very bad. So after that I thought, okay, there has to be a way to do better. And then I tried, forget about the content, just speak. If there is a section where you have to speak about something related to education, then just say something around education. Do not try to be as accurate as possible. Just maintain your fluency, speak all the time. You have 40 seconds, so use all the time, just speak. Do not stop, do not hesitate, and try to say as many words as possible. Because what they do is, they So what they do is, for the content, they have a set of words, and if in your speech you have those words, so then they get the content right. So you will get marks for the content. For the fluency, again, if you're speaking only 10 words in 40 seconds, then definitely you are a terrible speaker. So what they do is like, they count your words, and if you have say 200 words for example, then you must be very fluent. And for the pronunciation, again, they use a speech to text kind of software. So if they are getting something from your speech, that counts as a good pronunciation. So what is important is you have to be speaking all the time. Do not stop, do not hesitate, just speak, and try to get as many related words as possible. For the read aloud section, you first get 30 to 40 seconds to have a look, and then again 30 to 40 seconds to read aloud. So in the first few seconds you have to look for the difficult words for pronunciation and get it correct. And it's also important how do you take the pauses. So if there is a comma, you have to stop. If there is a full stop, you have to stop completely. If there is a question mark, you have to ask, like that. It should be very easy, but in this section they check your pronunciation. The part 2 is repeat sentence. So it's actually quite hard for me. I don't know why, but I can't memorize a long sentence. Whenever the word is like more than 15, I kind of forget the first part. And if I try to remember the first part, I forget the last part. So a better way to deal with this part is to memorize the main words. So if the person speaks that in order to maintain the world economic stability, all countries have to come forward and sign a treaty. Something like that. Then you have to remember the main words like the economic, all countries come forward, sign treaty, those kind of stuff. And then you have to organize those in your mind. If you forget, then try to use a comma like prepositions and stuffs, and to make a grammatically correct word. And also it's important that you copy the tone. So if the speaker is stressing at a certain word, you have to do the same. And it's very important because otherwise the meaning of the sentence may change. The third part is describe image, and it was the hardest part for me by now. So in this section you will see an image, a graph or something, and then you have to describe it. And what I used to do is like I try to be as accurate as possible. So if that was a pie chart, so I would analyze the chart and I would say compare all the numbers, and to do that I waste more time, and in the 40 seconds where I have to really speak, I try to be very correct, and I take excessively pause, and I care about my grammar a lot, so that makes kind of things awkward. So what I found out is you have to just speak, don't care about the grammar, so don't care about the content, just speak, try to be clear, and if you need to take some pause, try to use a filler. So a filler is something you speak when you're taking a pause. Say you just spoke one sentence and you were thinking about the next sentence, so instead of taking an awkward pause, you can say in addition to that, or also the graph shows, something like that. So when you are speaking that part, you are thinking in your head about the next line, and also you are adding, your word count is increasing. So it's really important that you are speaking really fast and fluent. And in the results, like when you get the result, you will see that there are few sections, like for grammar you get marks out of 90, for fluency you get something, for pronunciation you get something. So if you're speaking without thinking anything about grammar, then maybe your grammar points will be a bit low, but your fluency and your pronunciation should be high. And when you are writing in another section, then you can compensate your lack and grammar in that section. So that should be worked out pretty well. So yeah, for describing image, do not hesitate, do not stop, just speak. The next section is retell lecture. So in this part, we have to listen to a speaker speaking about something, then we get a few seconds and we have to retell the lecture in our words. Again, we get 40 seconds to speak. So again, it doesn't matter what you are speaking, just try to touch the subject. So if the speaker is speaking about health problems or something related with medicine, then you have to just have few words from that thing. So instead of being very correct, you can say that the speaker spoke something about allergies. The speaker was talking about how to manage these blah blah blah, lots of things. But the main thing is you can't stop. You have to be very fluent. You have to be very clear about your pronunciation. If you're not very sure, then do not try to say like something he didn't say. Like, try to be as accurate as possible, but don't bother about that much. The final part is answer short questions, and for me it's the easiest part. Most of the time the questions are really easy and you know the answer. So yeah, in most of the cases the answers will be in just one word and you have to say that word clearly. And I don't think there is anything to tell about this section. So in the end of this video, I'm gonna show you my results. I took the test 3 times, and on my final trial I got 90 out of 90 in speaking. I have no idea how I did that, but I think it's not important how you speak, it's important what's your performance on the day at your exam hall. So this is the report for the first time. I got only 70 overall score. Speaking was really poor, 51. You see my grammar, that means I was thinking too much about the grammar. Fluency and pronunciation were terrible. The next one is here, where I got 81 overall, but 66 in speaking. So again, grammar was 90, which is, I don't know how the hell I did get that. Fluency was a bit improved, but again I kind of stopped in the middle a few times. Pronunciation was better than before, but 66 is, I wanted more. This is the last time. Here I got 90 in speaking. Grammar I didn't care much. Fluency and pronunciation, like I told you, I didn't stop for a second. I just kept talking. And it's pretty good.